Pathway try and improve the health of homeless people admitted to hospital, try and improve their outcomes, provide more holistic care, and then link them better into the community. Had a relationship with Practice over many years, mainly around people we work with who have no recourse to public funds. So that means people who, because of their immigration status, don't have the right to benefits or housing.
One of the benefits of having this relationship with the Pathway teams is it does provide us with referrals for people who are often some of the most marginalised and some of the least able to access immigration advice services.
Somebody comes to the hospital nearly always because they've got health problems, so they get assessed medically. The medical team, if they identify that they need support with their housing situation, and they'll make a referral to the team. While we're assessing, that's the point where we're thinking, we may need to involve Praxis for this part.
The type of clientele we get, homeless people on the streets, people suffering possible homelessness and stuff like that, having me been there in that situation myself, could have an understanding of people's feelings. You know, I can relate, saying, I've been there before myself, it's horrible, isn't it? It's all that breaks the ice with them a bit, makes them feel as though they're not being interviewed or pressured.
When it becomes clear that someone is facing an issue that is related to something to do with their immigration, that's when we might be brought on board. For lots of people, it's quite a big step to allow an immigration advisor to kind of delve into their full personal situation and history in order to put together an immigration application. So having that kind of initial trust with the Pathway team is really helpful.
The help that we receive from Praxis is invaluable. Being able to get Praxis referral done and for them to come in such a timely way, that's really good to be able to tell the hospital there is a plan. It's probably won't be sorted in this admission, but at least some of it can get done.
Patients with no recourse to public funds, the most challenging ones. Praxis is the only gateway, to get them the help. I mean, we just had a patient recently who requires dialysis 3 times a week. No recourse to public funds, homeless, sleeping on buses. She gave up hope, so referred to Praxis. They've kept working with her for the last few months and she's actually got her accommodation. So I mean, without Praxis, that would never have happened.
One of the things that's really positive about being part of this partnership and working with the Pathway teams is that it allows us to support clients in a holistic way. We can provide immigration advice, but then we can work with the Pathway teams and also look at housing issues that somebody might have.
Praxis, they take a huge load off, not only the hospital, but on the individual of themselves. They're socially excluded most of the time. They live in the shadows or the dark. Praxis helps them to get out the dark, gets back in the light and give them hope.